Vikings at Chargers. Chargers 4-3. We'll get into that. It kicks off. We've got Prop a Shot with Gronk. Of course, Bolts legend Shawne Merriman joining the show, which will be great. We also have Lions linebacker Derrick Barnes on the show. Great performance Monday night. Win over the Bucs. How do they carry that on into Week 8? I cannot believe that it's Week 8. We've got a parlay coming on FanDuel Sportsbook from yours truly. And is there something Jerry Jones and company deserve more credit for this offseason? The Micah of it all aside, I'll tell you why this team's got a chance to make a run. Okay, lots going on the show. Derrick Barnes, Shawne Merriman on the program. Matthew Hamilton, lots going on, of course, in the world, in our world, in all worlds. Derrick Barnes will be on. Quite a performance by him. Glad we got to get him on the show. And then we'll wrap it up tomorrow. I'm going to the Warriors game tonight. Who are they playing?
It's exciting. I feel like that's something you should know.
Denver Nuggets.
There we go. That's a great one.
Denver Nuggets. Why? Why is it? Oh, that's my kind of guy.
Yeah.
He's the guy who hates everything, except his horses.
Exactly.
Right? In the mother country.
Pretty much.
Where's he from?
Yeah. He is from...
Oh, man, I like asking you questions you don't know.
Slovenia.
Slovenia. Yeah. He's a Slovenian. Okay, got it. Love that. Yes. I mean, I always... Why do I always end up at a Steph Curry game?
Serbia.
Oh, Serbia, not Slovenian. Well,
Serbia, yeah.
Okay, got it. Serbian. Love that.
Thanks, guys. Yeah.
Question for you. Oh, now you know. I have a question for you. What was I going to ask you? Why do I always end up at a Warriors game?
You love Steph Curry. I think it's because Chester loves Steph Curry. So
My dad does love Steph Curry.
You're drawn there.
I feel like isn't that the game that I went to when Kevin Durant didn't say hi to me?
Yeah, it was Suns Warriors.
I went to a Celtics game once with an ex-boyfriend. Got floor seats. It was amazing. And they also played the Warriors, and it went into some overtime game, like an epic game for the ages that people who love the NBA remember. That was a Warriors game. I think I've watched Steph Curry play every NBA game I've ever been to. I don't know that I've ever been to an NBA game where Steph Curry is not, in fact, playing. So, yeah, I'll be there for that. Denver Nuggets.
Lucky you.
I mean, I'm excited. He's a legend. Yeah. He's like magic to watch. And I got to watch him.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, there's a lot of people who haven't gotten to see him. So that's super. And you get to see Pajemski.
Oh, my gosh. My guy, Pajemski. This will be so great. I love that. Their home opener. And I'm trying to think. Ask me what I know about the Nuggets. I know that they are owned by Stan Kroenke. I know that I believe they are owned by the legend, Mizzou legend, Josh Kroenke. True? Still?
Yeah, he runs things, yep.
Does he still have this beard that I saw last time I saw him?
That I don't know.
The man lives the life. Aspen, Nuggets, lives my dream life, Josh Kroenke. And, when he's not walking down 9th Street in Columbia, where we went to school and where he's from, that Kroenke family, he's doing his thing for the Nuggets, who are, I guess, supposed to be good, at the Chase Center. I'm excited. I don't know what I'm talking about or what I'm doing, but that'll be great. And they're coming off a loss. The Lakers beat them. I like when you don't know
I thought they beat the Lakers. Did they not? Yeah, they beat the Lakers. There we go.
Okay, that's fine. JJ Redick, their coach. I know all the things. If there's something I need to know about this, look at me branching out. Notre Dame.
Yeah.
USC. Last time they might face each other. Now I'm just hanging out at NBA games. Got to get down to Houston. Got to get down to Houston to see Kevin Durant do his thing, holding babies and such. I will bring a baby with me. I need to bring a fresh baby with me to show and get the love from Kevin Durant. Okay, we do have football tonight. That's more of we'll pretend we know what we're talking about here. And let's get into our bread and butter here. The Vikings and the Chargers, they need a win here so bad, Hammy. You guys can tweet the show at Up and Down Show. I talked to Jake Paul yesterday, too. I've got lots of things to talk about and all the sports on all cylinders. Listen, these two squads, Vikings, Chargers, they play in two of the toughest divisions in the game. We're going to get into this, of course, with Shawne Merriman a little bit later, Chargers legend. But if we take a look at the entire Week 8 slate and what's going on, here's a couple games that are popping. 2-4 Texans, 1.5-point faves over the Niners right now in Houston. That's very interesting with the Overlords. I see you. Kyle Shanahan up against his former DC, D'Amico Ryans in that one. Bills, 7.5-point favorites at Carolina, even with Bryce Young out and Andy Dalton getting the start. Josh Allen has never lost 3 straight games as a starter. I like to think they'll bounce back in this one. And the Chiefs move to 11.5-point faves over the Commanders with the news that Jaden Daniels will be out for that one on Monday night. Mariota does have a history of giving KC some problems, though. I think we still get some fireworks in that one. And we get a rematch of Eagles-Giants from a few weeks ago, of course, too. That's a fun little cherry on the Sunday. This one's going to be different because it features Brandon Graham. Yes, not that we're surprised. We had it first here on Up and Adams. Hat tip, victory lap. We declare victory. He said it back in April when I was at... He said it on April 9th when I was in Phoenix with my dad at the Phoenician about to go to the Warriors-Suns game. How retired are you?
I'm 90% retired. I'm 90%.
All I heard was you're not fully.
I know.
I heard the door is not cement, boat lock, master lock shut. I heard you're going to stay in shape, which you're going to stay in shape because in January you might get we got to go face Mahomes. I feel like you'd answer that call. Am I right?
And you know what? We ain't there yet, but if it happens, we can say you said it first.
I just want to say I'm happy for Brandon. This is what I wanted. I knew right away the way he was talking. Retirement's dead, people. I just think we all need to come to face that reality. We're in this new reality, Hamilton, of Sora and all sorts of craziness going on. But I will say, Ham, it is officially deaded, the idea of retiring. It's gone, it's over, rear view, thing of the past. There's always a way to come back. And with the inception of peptides and things that billionaires use that I tell you about sometimes, the Brian Johnson portion of the program, this is going to keep happening and keep happening. There's going to be a world. Don't you just know that there's going to be some 2030 in Riyadh, Tom Brady's playing an actual game with a team that he's a part of? Not a stunt, not an exhibition. I'm not joking.
That is not out of the realm of possibility. These are soft retirements at this point. All of them.
All of them. Like I'm never buying Patrick Peterson, Calais, good luck. Cam Jordan, yeah, okay. Okay, sounds good. Question for you. I do believe that Brandon Graham hath yet to sacketh one Patrick Mahomes.
That is correct. And he did tell us multiple at Eagles camp last year that he wants that to happen. Like, that's something that he's been manifesting. He did. If he unretired earlier, he would have had his chance in week 2 to get after him, but he might have to wait till the Super Bowl.
It would be the Super Bowl that they would see each other, and we'd love to see that. But for now, Brandon Graham is back, and I love that. And he'll be a coach. He'll do whatever the heck he wants. We just wanted to say congrats to him and great gig, great time, great career, and it's not over. And I'm not to be surprised if Gronk ends up bouncing back onto the field. Gronk, who works for literally, apparently, no reason. Okay, let's get to some other stuff, shall we? Let's do it. Okay, Cowboys. Okay, let's talk about that. From the Eagles to the Cowboys, let's stay in the NFC East. I'm trying to figure out what box do I put them in? Which column or row on a full screen made by our wonderful Eagles fan, Mr. Corchain? I call him John Coltrane from time to time. It's fine. What do you do with these Dallas Cowboys right now? Outside of the defense, the problem, the biggest obstacle, is the fact that every other team that they're chasing is good. If you look at the standings, they're all 5-2 right now. But if we're being honest with ourselves, the more we think about it, the more I think we could see them make a run here to get to the playoffs. We talked about it with Gronk yesterday. Dak is playing at an MVP level. He is getting the love out there in the streets, which you like to see. 16 touchdowns, just 3 interceptions. That's good enough in and of itself, but then think about the fact that he didn't even have CeeDee Lamb for 4 of these games, y'all. And now CeeDee, he's back, he's rolling, he's confident. He's had at least 110 yards in all 3 games he's played in full, which is crazy. This offense can absolutely carry this team and get them to the playoffs. If they want to be a real threat, though, you need to make a call at the deadline. And yeah, that probably means You won the George Pickens thing because I think that Pittsburgh should have kept him, and they're going to have to make a trade to balance it out. But you probably should have kept Micah, ? The handling of that, not great, ? The situation they're in now, though, let's not add mistakes to mistakes. Okay, insult to injury here. Go out and get you someone, okay? I'm not ignoring that this is a self-sabotage situation. I actually recognize it as such. I'm looking I do that a lot, okay? I understand this is a hellscape of their own making. However, hear me out. Let's start with Shawne, okay? He's injected life into this number 1 ranked offense. Pickens, Williams, controversial pickups that turned out to be absolute home runs. Pickens is 7th in receiving, tied for 2nd in touchdown. Look away, Steelers fans. Javonte's 2nd in rushing. The Jake Ferguson extension, that was a steal as he's become a star at the tight end spot. First rounder Tyler Booker. Loved meeting him in the draft process. He helped turn this O-line into arguably the best in football. And it's hard to look at what CD and Dak, like I'm saying, what they're doing and say that, that it was a mistake to pay them and give them extensions. Yes, you should have. They're awesome, and they're going to do their thing. If they can beat the Broncos this week, and Gronk says it's possible, if they can beat them this weekend, the Cowboys are right back in striking distance of the playoff spot. And if they do get another impact player for this defense. And Hamilton, gosh darn it, they must. They must, because they are this close in this NFC landscape to getting something done. Ham, can I grab you for a second before we go to break? I want to get into the Broncos tomorrow. Mm-hmm. People are... The 3 quarters versus the 1 quarter, not the first time we've seen it. We gave Bo his love. We're saying he's young Eli Manning. He's giving John L. There are some real specific things that you and I need to see in this game. We asked Chris Sims on Monday, don't you think they should design more runs for him, get him more comfortable early in the game? Can we dabble in that tomorrow, that world?
Oh, absolutely. My sick mind has already been going down some rabbit holes there. Let's definitely do that.
When Hamilton's sending me footage at 2 a.m. off of his phone, off of his screen, with arrows that he has somehow imposed onto it's getting real. We hit the Broncos side of that matchup. But yeah, Cowboys could go all the way. They got to get a win over this Broncos defense and this team. Okay, let's take a short break here. Let's get to Vikings Chargers tonight. But we've got Derrick Barnes on the show. What a game, baby! That's a great smile as we head into week 8.
It is so hard with the Cowboys because they deserve the smoke that they're getting from Micah, but you can't just ignore
why aren't the Steelers getting smoke for Pickens?
They probably should be more. But it's every other button they pushed this offseason was so good. If they had just re-signed Micah, we'd be talking about them having the best offseason of any team in the league. If they had just gotten that done, because every other move has been an absolute.
Yeah, that's fair. Sorry.
Oh, okay. What were you going to say?
What is it going to come down? I'm trying to think of this. What's it going to come down to? It's going to come down to the run game, which Broncos get it going. I don't know, should Denver be getting shit for Javonte Williams? We're talking about teams getting rid of, this is a revenge game for him. You don't think he wants some? Where's this game?
Oh, yeah.
It's in Denver. Javonte, they're running this is what we need to, Broncos people. Why don't I wear jewelry? I literally am flying up. I have 9 things to do today, big things, and I don't have a lick of jewelry. Do they sell jewelry at the airport at LAX?
I'm sure they do.
At Hudson News?
Sure, there's a vending machine.
I don't even have my usual bag. At the bottom of it, there's a piece of gum, a piece of tape, duct tape, a Tic Tac, and
a 3-year-old Snickers bar,
and a piece of jewelry. As if a Snickers bar could go 3 years. Speaking of which, I will say this before we bring in Derrick Barnes. When we're back on TV. I love one of my favorite parts of the year, of course, Halloween. Love it. I like to try all the new candy. The new versions of things. They're all trash usually, by the way, because it's just some saying. It's hard to invent a new candy, but the Halloween spin is absolute shit this year. Nobody brought it. Not Mars. Not
really.
Nope. None of y'all. Nestle. They brought back a white Crunch bar.
I remember that. Yeah.
I haven't tried it yet.
I know your thoughts on white chocolate. Yeah.
White. Oh my gosh, I haven't talked about white chocolate's like one of the worst things that's ever plagued humanity. Yeah. Anyway,
I disagree, but yeah.
I
respect the take.
There is no. I forgot my take on white chocolate. What was it? That it's just like pointless?
Yeah, that it's horrible. Yeah.
It's like the honeydew and cantaloupe in a fruit salad. Yeah. It's filler. Pointless. Well, I guess filler has a purpose. White chocolate has none. Okay, those are my hot takes for today, and let's bring in Derrick Barnes. I can't believe it's his 5th freaking year.
This guy, man, I feel like he's been on the come for a while now, man. Playing really good football and just versatile, man. And to have this guy back, it's been big. 5 total tackles, 1 sack, 1 quarterback hit, 1 TFL, 1 pass defense. Man, come on up, Barnes. Yeah.
Here he is. I can't believe it's his 5th year linebacker for the Lions, fresh off a win over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I heard those stats from Campbell. I like that vein that pops out of his neck when he gets really excited, that Dan Campbell.
That's just permanent. That's permanent.
Yeah.
That's permanent.
Congratulations on such a big day. Where's the game ball?
Oh, it's in my locker.
Okay.
So after the game, I don't like to travel with too much stuff. So I was like, I just put it in my game bag and they put it in my locker. So now when I get it, I'll sign the date in the game and stats and stuff like that. So
do you care? Yeah, is it a big deal?
It is a big deal. I mean, I think it's a very big tradition that we do with the Lions as far as game balls. Because usually we have that one during after the game. So that's the biggest moment. Like when you get called out after a game, that's like one of the biggest moments any Lions player could have. And then we also have after the game, we'll do game ball winners, we do attaboys and things like that. So that's very special also. And they do the whole paint the ball thing, the game, your stats and stuff. So that's the cool moments. Moments.
Wait. You tried giving it to Shep, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
But so you're telling me he didn't take it? He didn't accept it? What happened?
No, that's just the type of guy he is. I mean, he's wonderful. He's always gonna give credit where credit's due. And everything he said, he really means. He's such deserving of this position of this defensive coordinator. I mean, I've seen it coming since he started being my linebacker coach. His passion, his love for the game, how smart he is, how he allows players to go out there and ball out and do it within the system. You can't ask for a better defense coordinator. So
you're saying, I think you said wonderful. I think he's so scary. Tell me more about him being wonderful.
Yeah, I can do a little bit of both with the scariness too. I mean, I think it was my 2nd year. So actually my 1st year, I used to see him get on. He coached outside linebackers, and they used to get it. And I'm like, man, Coach Shep be on one, practice games. But then he became my linebacker coach. But I always knew, I always grew up having coaches like that. Even from Pee Wee football all the way up to college, I had Nick Holt, Bob Diaco as my linebacker coach, defense coordinator. So I'm used to that. But it comes from a good place, man. And he's not all as yelly as people will try to make it seem. But he's just really passionate about it. And he's going to do everything in his power to make sure we succeed as individually and then also as a defense. And he stands by what he says. He keeps it real, keeps it 100 with all the guys, whether you're doing good, whether you're doing bad. But I mean, the thing about him, he'll bring the best out of you. And I think he does that for a lot of people in our defense. So no, it's amazing. And I wouldn't want him to change for no one. So
he probably didn't take that ball because he coached you, got you ready as a man, as a player, but you're the one who sacked Baker. Let's take a look at this. You're the one that did the dirty work, okay? Talk me through that. You light him up here, Derrick. He's still thinking about this.
Yeah, I mean, it was just really a great, rush scheme we had all week. As we've been seeing on film from years in the past, from this year, Baker is a great quarterback. He's going to try to create plays. If they're not there, his read's not there, he's going to, make it work on his feet. We knew that going in. I mean, when you play a competitor like that, you have to be on, all 10 toes, ready to, box a man. I just think we had a great rush plan going in that week. Right here it's kind of weird. I don't want to give too much information now for other running quarterbacks that we play, but no, it's kind of spyish, kind of. So it's now we're in a mix of you don't really know who's spying the quarterback or who's in a rush. So I know in the previous weeks, like I've been shown that I was spying, and so we kind of like mixed it up a little bit, and they gave me an opportunity to go rush, and so a little bit of rush ability that I think I got. But no, I mean, we just drew it up really well, and it was amazing.
You got a thing about Baker. You had the interception off him to seal the playoff game 2 years ago. Did y'all talk about that? What's the relationship between like you two?
Man,
with you two?
I'm still trying to figure it out. And people, man, there's no bad blood. Man, I respect him so much as a man, as a player. He's a competitor. I'm a competitor. We both have the same goals, but I just think like, I don't know what it is about Tampa. I mean, I train there. Like maybe it's just emotionally, like I train in Tampa. I know probably have the team on Tampa because they train with me. I played with Payne Durham, the tight end. Vita Vea trained with him. Man, a bunch of other guys over there. Pat O'Connor was over there at one point. He was with us. So like, it's a lot of guys over there I train with. So I don't know. I think it's like more of like a fun, like you're just playing with your friends and you kind of loosen up a little bit. But no bad blood, man. I don't know what it is. And everybody's saying it, but like, I can't figure it out. I don't know why every time I play Tampa Bay, I have a sort of kind of a good game or whatever you want to call it. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know what it is about Tampa. It just brings the best out of me, I guess.
I'm looking at your schedule because obviously you guys have a plan for running quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna Jaden in a few weeks, Jalen Hurts after that, Jackson Dart after that. You running quarterbacks, watch out. Did Baker present himself, you think, as this MVP does he feel different playing him than it did 2 years ago? Like, obviously he's on fire. He was down, you guys were down a lot in your secondary. What was your sort of takeaway from playing Baker and how he's being talked about, looked at?
Man, I mean, like, kudos to him, man. I remember when he was with the Browns, like, I feel like a lot of people was down on him about, how he was as a quarterback, but I always thought he was amazing. Like watching his college highlights all the way to NFL, I'm like, man, this guy's amazing. But people don't really understand, what it takes to be an NFL player, what it takes to, compete at this level. I mean, it's hard. You're playing against the best of the best. So I mean, it sometimes takes time. Even for me, like as a slow developing player, you would say, sometimes it takes time to get in your groove and actually show your true self. And I think that he's starting to do that. I mean, and I think he's still a candidate for that. I mean, you see what he's doing for that team over there in Tampa. I mean, they're an amazing team. They have a great defense, great offense. So when you're preparing for a guy like that, like you have to be on point all week. I mean, I study a lot of film, but I had to study a little bit more, kind of how he likes to scramble, kind of, what they like to do in situations. But, I mean, like, really, when you go against a guy like that, you want to make sure you're prepared because he will expose you. He could expose a lot of defenses, and you don't want it to be yours. So we took it very serious this week. He's that guy that's, got a red dot up on him on the screen, and like, this is a guy we need to take care of and to get the win. And I mean, like, just a lot of respect for that guy, and I know that he'll continue to be great.
I have this going into that game, and I like them a lot. I like the Bucs. I think they're contenders with you guys up there in the NFC. A couple teams are, but I think nationally they're being the small market. They're being talked about more than y'all. Why is this? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I talked about this a lot this week. Like, I don't know why you're smiling. I'm not trying to catch you up in anything, but doesn't it feel like it's like I grew up in Chicago. When the Bears do finally get to what you guys pulled off last year, God willing, I do hope we celebrate it longer than 3 seconds. Like, I feel like with Detroit, all of a sudden it's like, you're old news somehow. How is that affecting y'all? It's got to.
I mean, I feel like we've never been like really caught up with like media, really caught up with what, people say about us. I mean, we just go to work day in and day out. Like, we can care less about the critics, about the Lions fell off. I mean, after the Green Bay game, everybody was like, oh, they're not the same Detroit. This is the year where they start going back to where they used to be. Like, and then we come out and win 3 games in a row, beat Baltimore, and then, so honestly, I think I can speak for everybody in our organization. Like, we can care less. I mean, at the end of the day, it's about winning football games. It's about the people in our organization, the people in our building. Like, we don't really listen to the nonsense outside. So, like, that doesn't really bother us in that sense. I mean, we can take it disrespectfully. Like, we always, every time we break out, we're like, we remember who we are. Like, just remember who we are. And nothing else matters. But, we like that. We like being an underdog. That's been Detroit for centuries. Like, we want to continue to be the underdog. I mean, and I don't really necessarily want to say underdog, but like we really don't care about what others say outside of our building, but we just like to go to work and prove people wrong and prove ourselves right. So
it felt like you were being under-talked about, and then Monday was like, let's remind everybody this is who we are. And you in particular, I love your story. I thought it was really cool when you got the game ball that you were talking about like what the adversity that comes along with getting back, right? Like that journey, that struggle. I've talked to Aiden about this too. I mean, you have 3 sacks this season, 4 sacks through the first 4 seasons of your career. You're crushing somehow. Now you've dealt with injuries. What was there a moment that sort of clicked even this season where you're like, I'm back?
Yeah, I mean, really starts from last year. Like I felt like that was like obviously contract year. I was blessed enough to be able to sign a second contract, but outside of that, it was mostly like I feel like I was finally becoming the player I knew I could be. I was finally becoming a guy that coaches can lean on and be looked at as a playmaker, which I know I am. And then 3 games in, and that happened. So it was, man, it really was. I was really heartbroken. I felt like, man, it's finally the game has slowed down for me. I'm mentally there, physically there, did everything right. But man, it all worked out. I mean, like I just told myself, like I need to, finish what I started last year. That same mindset, that same hungerness that drove me to be who I am today. I think there's plenty more still to come. I think people are just seeing just a small piece of what I'm capable of now. And I think that it's just a lot more in the tank. But no, I'm just super blessed and honored to be back with my teammates. I mean, to have Aiden back out there, Liam came back. I mean, just to be look to my left and right and see Jack Campbell and Alex Anzalone, like those two, like through the whole process, like I feel like I was always still there, a part of it. Like everybody kept me in the loop. Coach is still like, hey, D. Barnes on this. When we call this, what you got? Even when they knew I wasn't playing. But man, it's just such a brotherhood there. A lot of guys to lean on, and man, that's all I really needed was my circle to, be able to come back and, forget the injury and things like that and just, focus on the prize. And we all know what that is. So.
I almost think we all know what that is. I think it almost means more when you miss time. Like when you do, like the way you're describing getting out there and being like, we're back here. Like you have more gratitude for the moment. And I think it does give a little like shot out of a cannon thing when you do miss time and you were injured a little bit last year. I thought the moment you were going to tell me was the safety against Cincinnati.
Yeah,
I got a soft spot for the Bengals.
So that was.
Sorry, Jake Browning. Talk me through this.
Yeah, that was. It was funny because we went to the meeting and Dan was like, "Man," he said, "So you did a lot of good moves. That is the best move I've seen you do, pass rush." And it was like the crazy thing is I've been practicing that move for a long time now, and everybody call it the DB chop because I like to chop and kind of do my little bend and things like that when I'm in practice. So that was just in the making. That was hope. I wish it came before that, but that was the moment it came. But no, that was really in my hometown from Covington, Kentucky, which is right over the bridge from Cincinnati. I felt like that whole game was just slow for me. I didn't make any plays yet, so I'm like, I got to do something. I'm back in my hometown. I gotta get the crowd going here. And I was like, this is my opportunity. And it came late in the game, and it was just I couldn't ask for a better moment than that. That meant a lot to me for sure. So especially for the people who, came out and supported me. I probably had the stadium was my family, and half the stadium was David Montgomery's. But no, it was that was a fun game.
That was a fun game. You've taken care of some quarterbacks. You've got some great ones on the docket. I'm sure the Jaden one's going to mean a little bit more to this team. But you just faced Mahomes. Well, the Chiefs are over. That was a tough game, probably tough for you to talk about, and I appreciate you going here with me. What did he look like? What did he feel like to you? You faced him. This isn't your first time taking him on. Yeah,
I mean.
Different?
He's just another one of those guys that, like, you have to be well prepared for. And I thought we were going in. I thought that we did everything necessary to, to go in that game and then be able to win. But, people can say the refs, this and that, but man, when you play at this level, and you play against guys like that, like it has to be no mental errors, you can't miss tackles. You can't, offense, defense, special teams. Everybody has to play complementary football. Like, it's a lot. I mean, and that's a great team, man. What they do with him, Andy Reid, do over there with those guys is amazing, man. I have one of my buddies over there that plays, George Karlaftis. We talk back and forth too, and he tell me how they run their system, and not playbook wise, but like practice and all that stuff. But I mean, it's just a guy you have to prepare for. I mean, he's if not the best, one of the best to ever do it. And I mean, when you face a competitor like that, it's all hands on deck. But I mean, I like that, we hit adversity early. I think that last year, going 15-2 and going on a run, I feel like we didn't face adversity, soon enough. And not saying that we should win every game. We want to win every game, but I think that was good for us. And I think that just turned us up a notch. I mean, we had to get that bad taste out our mouth. So
I believe that, and then we saw what we saw on Monday. And looking at your schedule, so you've taken on a lot. I mean, we're going to talk about Jared here in a second, but you faced Lamar. You've taken on Patrick. We just talked about him. Caleb, Jordan Love. Who that you have faced so far on this schedule has played the most like an MVP?
That I've already played, or on our schedule? That
you've already played. Why? Who are you going to go with? Jalen?
Who was I going to go with?
Yeah, if I gave you the whole schedule, you're going to say Herbert?
MVP this year.
I want to know who has played like as close to the MVP that you have played with so far.
Jared Goff.
No, not against. I said we'll talk about
against.
Jared.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. I'm just making up questions, so I'm sorry.
Oh man.
Who that you have faced so far is most like the MVP, in your opinion? Like, who's given you the toughest time?
See, for me, it's between Baker Mayfield and Patrick Mahomes. I think that I would have to go with Patrick, honestly. Mm-hmm. I would say him. I would say once again, like I feel like scheme-wise for us throughout that week, I feel like when you have to focus on, like when one guy can beat you, like you have to focus on that guy throughout the week, I think like that itself just tells it. I mean, and then you go and play against him and it's just like, man, he's a good quarterback. He's a great quarterback. And I think like even on film, watched him, like the way he can create plays, the way he gets everybody involved, the wide receivers, running backs, like, man, he'll turn nothing into something. And to me, that's MVP work. Like when you can, you in the pass game and you don't see nothing open down the field and you can create stuff with your legs and then even get there's no reading. You can run out the pocket and then your receivers are all on point and knowing like, hey, I'm gonna go this direction. And you create plays like that's a good quarterback act, man. He's phenomenal. Like
I think you want to play him again right now. I think you are. Yeah, I could just tell you want to play. You want to read you on that.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll get one. Maybe we'll get one in Santa Clara in February.
I know that's right.
I'd love to see that. You mentioned Jared Goff right away. You're like, this is the MVP. This is the. People take away from his candidacy from MVP for whatever reasons, right? You guys have so much talent. Your defense is now bringing it, even though you're injured. Like, he's the one who makes it all work, though. Can you explain your MVP campaign from what you see on the field, in and out of the building for Jared Goff?
And I'll try to really stay off like the internet, Twitter, things like that. But like some things just pop up on my feed about Goff, and I'm just like, do people know football? Like, do people know what this man has done? How many records he holds? How like the stats that he had, like a perfect game last year? I haven't seen it. 5 years in the NFL, I have not seen it. Whether it was, and not even just like, and then people want to say, oh, he has this player and that player. Like, he runs the show. Goff is extremely smart. He's a great leader. He knows where to put the ball. He knows what, like, it's, and I listen in the building, there's coaches like, asking him for advice. Like, cause he's that dude. Like, he's really him. And I'm not saying it against my teammate. I mean, like, if I was on the other team, I'm a competitor, so I wouldn't say worried, but like, I would be worried playing against Jared Goff because he creates, I mean, I ain't saying he's the fastest guy in the world. He ain't the slowest guy in the world. But like when you have a quarterback who can still create things in the pocket, you get out of the pocket, he can run a little bit. He got a couple first downs, so I give it to him.
Okay.
His speed getting there. He's been working on it, I can tell. But no, he's just a smart player, man. He is man, he knows where to put the ball. He knows how to make the right checks. Like he is.
Oh, but Derrick, if he didn't have that O-line, he would be nothing. If he didn't have Gibbs and Amon-Ra, like he wouldn't even. He's a system guy, no?
No. He can go. Golf can go anywhere and be great.
Yes.
Whether he has a good O-line.
By the way, his primetime numbers. He's amazing. Every primetime game, he fucking. Oh, I just swore. Look upset. Look how passionate I am. I'm not even from Detroit.
Yeah, he like digs. You say golf.
I didn't fully swear.
When you say golf,
listen, there it is. That's so funny. No, but he digs
so
so deep and he pulls something out, which is amazing. It does. It brings it out in you. I want to ask on the way out here about his dadding. I mean, you of course you have Trey. I think last time I talked to you, Trey was like a little peanut M&M, and now like. Is Trey trick-or-treating? Like, what's Trey doing?
Yeah, he is, man. Oh, wow. Like, he's a handful. About like, that little boy is unbelievable. Like, what I'm excited about is how athletic he is. But he's so smart. He's so smart. He get it from his mom. I was smart, but his mom is unbelievably smart. And he's like...
Shout out Kylie.
Yeah, yes. Shout out Kylie. Shout out my wife. She is amazing. She's been doing amazing as a mother. And that little boy he's a mama's boy, but he is unbelievable. Like, things that he do, I wish I could just share a bunch of pictures of him climbing up on things. Like, you always have to watch him because he doesn't really get into much. They just, like, he'll be on top of the refrigerator in 2 seconds. Like,
He's
unbelievable. Yeah, Is
he more athletic than Jared? How many more first downs do you think Trey can get?
See, I ain't gonna lie. I don't want to put my man Jared on the spot, but my son, he just got it. You know, some people just got it. He just got it. No, but
we're going to take a break. I want to talk to you through our YouTube break, though. Derrick Barnes, everybody, TV break here. We are still very much live on YouTube. We'll get this stuff out on Twitter. Jared is a dad. What are your impressions? Like, what sticks out?
I think when you have kids, it does something different to you. Mm-hmm. Like, I think that it drives you a lot more. Because I feel like you have a lot more to work for, a lot more that drives you. He's
it's bigger than
man. It's so weird to see. You know how sometimes people have kids. It's weird to see, like oh my god, like you have a kid. Like think about how busy Golf's life is, and also his wife.
Yeah.
Like, and then you see it happen. It's like holy moly, like you got a kid. Like it's just unbelievable, man. He's a great father, man. I feel like somebody who knows him, like I feel like you always knew he would be. Like the way he just like he's a born leader. And like when you have that, like there's no better father than a born leader. And no, it's amazing to see. And like I said, like when you like having kids, I feel like it just does something to you. And you can tell the difference of people who don't have kids and people who have kids when they come to work. Like they mean business.
No, literally, it's bigger. Yes. It's bigger than you. No.
100%.
And that's why,
100%.
maybe that's why. Okay, so I'm going to say Trey's the reason, not Kelt. Shep?
Oh, yeah.
Shep, you're not that cool. You're not that good. This is all Trey. Trey is motivating Derrick Barnes to have these incredible sacks and safeties.
No doubt about that.
And all these things. Hey, enjoy your bye week. Hopefully some trick-or-treating with Trey, with Kylie, with yourself, and we will see you, against the Vikings. We'll see you. Good luck, and we'll get your highlights here, I'm sure, soon. Thank you so much, Derrick.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Good to see you. Love it.
Good to see you, too.
I mean, Hamilton, just a straight, almost full F-bomb.
Yeah.
I would like to say it's the first time it's not.
Yeah, definitely not.
Loses its luster, you know? Should be.
Yeah. And it was like 75% of the way there too.
I would say 50. I think I was Bonix, just about, you know, idling through the first three. Sweetheart. Him saying Baker was the best quarterback he faced, I was like,
yeah, there's a lot of love for Baker in there.
No, I know, but I just feel like that was like him being like, did you see what I did to Baker? And he was the best.
Exactly.
I liked that for him.
Yeah.
when he was saying his first go around on Patrick was like he's one of them guys. I'm like, oof, that's not gonna. I think he's still like this hallowed thing up above. Do you have like a first tier? Okay. We should talk about this.
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh, we got our guy Shawne.
There we go.
Yay!
So you're gonna have me give like a top 5 list on the spot.
I might, yeah. No, I just want to know who the coach of the Warriors is.
Who fresher than me? Who fresher than me? Nobody, most definitely. Who fresher than me? Who fresher than me? Nobody, and you get what you see. Who fresher than me? Who fresher than me? Nobody, most definitely. Who fresher than me? Who fresher than me? Nobody, and you get what you see.
Let's go! 3-time All-Pro linebacker for the Chargers and the Bills. Founder of Lights Out Extreme Fighting, Shawne Merriman. We have football tonight, sure, but Lights Out 28. Let's talk about it. We've got it coming up very soon, November 1st. The card is Stackif. Tell me all about it.
Yeah, we got a huge fight November 1st in Long Beach, California. We'll be live on Lights Out Extreme Fighting. Also, we'll be showing a UFC Fight Pass and football and a couple other platforms. But yeah, this fight we got, Kate, coming up is crazy. Grant Neal, actually, who's in the main event here, he got a call by the UFC, I think, some months ago to step in and fight, and that didn't happen. So he came to fight for us, which is a great thing. Cole Lauren is another one on this card that's standing next to Ronaldo there. We got into a multi-fight deal. He's gone to the UFC after. We got Drake Flores from this card. So we're stacked up. And, the fun thing about us is seeing these guys go off to the UFC. We had a couple to go to Dana White Contender Series over the past 30 days. We have 4 guys in the UFC, Dana's Contender Series. So it's good to see these guys, kind of grow up, to start with you and then go on to get what they're looking for.
Love that. And that's live from Thunder Studios in Long Beach, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. Founder of Lights Out Extreme Fighting. You guys can watch that, of course, on Lights Out, which we love. The Chargers started Lights Out. I was there in Sao Paulo. You saw them last week, up close and personal. How do we fix this defense? I'm going to put it to you listen, giving up 380 per game over the last 3, what would you change tonight, hours before this game against Justin Jefferson?
You know what I would say, and I'm not making excuses for him, but Jesse Mitchell is a hell of a defensive coordinator. I mean, his schemes, he get those guys going. He's a great leader. They love playing for him. But they've been banged up. Khalil's been out, and they've had so many guys in and out the lineup. And I think sometimes when you don't have your horses, you try to get creative, right? You start shying away from what you're really good at doing. So they've been a different team these last couple of weeks. By the way, Kate, on both sides of the ball, not just on the defense, but on both sides of the ball. When you got this many people down, this many players down, it forces you to kind of go in your bag a little bit. And sometimes that bag ain't the best bag, because he doesn't have his horses there. So certain things they will run, they just haven't been able to run. And again, I'm not trying to make excuses for him, but what we've seen over the last few weeks with the Chargers and these injuries are unprecedented. You got Rashawn Slater, who goes down before the season starts. He's probably you can probably call him the best tackle, in my opinion, the best offensive tackle in the league. Joe Alt gets moved over to the left side. He goes down with a high ankle sprain. You got both running backs, one down for the year, the other one missed down several weeks. So if you start looking at just the overall of what happened in these last 3 or 4 weeks, it's just been ugly.
Alt's back tonight, I'm seeing. He's expected to be back tonight. How big of a difference can he make?
Huge. But, again, what you're going to have to really look at Joe Alt tonight is when somebody bull rush him and him putting his foot in the ground. That's when you can see his health. Because you can run around, you can cut, you can do certain things. But when you got, somebody that's 250, 60-plus pounds, kind of bull rushing you, and you got to plant that foot in the ground, then you'll realize how healthy you are or not. So I'll be looking at that, his first couple bull rushes, and if he starts to favor that ankle a little bit.
Herbert's been hit a lot. A league leading 62 times, Shawne, this season. There's these pockets that are collapsing, all the pressure. Is there anything else he could be doing that you would want him to see to be able to deal with this? There's nothing.
It's nothing, because I don't care how great of a quarterback you are, you can't throw from your back. I always say that. You can't throw from your back, and it's unfortunate because you know that at some point those hits, they tally up, right? It doesn't affect him right now. He's a big guy, big, strong guy. He can take the punishment. But over time, if you keep taking these hits, you'll start to get rid of the ball a lot faster. You'll start making bad decisions because you're so used to getting hit that you're trying to make the best decision possible. So I hope that doesn't linger. So they got to figure it out, man. The whole point of beefing up that offensive line before the season was to keep Justin Herbert healthy.
It was. I mean, they're sitting there at 4-3, and they started so hot against the Chiefs. Herbert was finishing like crazy, that slide on the field, all this mojo going in their direction. And now I'm just like, man, the Chiefs, are they just going to walk straight to the Super Bowl? That's the question I have on my mind. They look so great. Even if I look at the odds on FanDuel right now, they're even with the Chargers in the AFC West as faves at -125. How worried are you as a Chargers supporter and legend about KC?
Well, you know what's funny? When the Chargers beat KC, they were without Rice. They were without Xavier Worthy. And people forget, like, as long as you got Patrick Mahomes there, you got a shot. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to be in the running at some point. So when people were kind of hopping on KC early on, like, oh, if this is the same team they were before, they're not as dominant, they're not as good. I'm like, they're going to catch their rhythm at some point. And so that's why you hope to not drop some of these games that the Chargers drop, because it's going to matter towards the end of the season, right? And you want to, as far as the deficit you can have against the Chiefs, because you know that they're going to be back in the running at some point. As long as they got their main core guys there, they're going to be in the running.
Do we feel like this is the Chargers team that can go all the way?
Yeah, I still feel that way. I just think that road is gotten a lot rougher because these injuries they've had over the last couple of weeks put a lot of doubt in what this team's going to look like, in the next 30 to 60 days. And I still think they got a shot no matter what because of, Justin Herbert's there. They still got a great coach. They got a great coaching staff. The guy Khalil Mack, he came back with a sack last game. So they're starting to get to Joe Alt is back now. And I think they're probably going to make a move maybe at the running back position at some point to bring in a little bit of extra depth there. But I still think they got a shot. But that road to get there now is going to be a lot difficult than it was 3-4 weeks ago.
The AFC is kind of funny. I don't know how much faith I have in the AFC being like super, super tough right now. I know Lamar's coming back. I think it's the Chiefs. I don't know, the Broncos and Chargers, like they have some things to prove to me. And then I look at your Bills and I want them to be this like dominant walk right to the AFC Championship game against the Chargers or the Chiefs. And I don't know. And I have a very complicated thought process on the Bills because I understand their defense isn't as good as it should be. And they made some additions. They're dealing with some injuries. I understand they might not have a bona fide wide receiver room. They didn't last year. And it was still fun. And they do have, like you said about Patrick and the Chiefs, as long as you've got Josh Allen, reigning MVP, best player in the league, you have a chance. You have a chance to do it. So I know that they have a chance. But I don't like when we say about Josh, Shawne, that he's all they have. He can't do it all by himself. I don't know if I believe that because they have one of the better running backs and rushing attacks in the league. They have a great dynamo offensive coordinator in Joe Brady. And they've got the same kind of middling defense that they had last year. So I don't know if I'm a player in the locker room, I'm like, what do you mean you just have Josh?
Yeah, and you do feel a little bit disrespected by that, right, as a player, because it's like, hey, we're on the team, we contribute, right? And the same thing goes with the Bills. And this is the unfortunate part about the Bills. If you look at history, right, in any championship team, you got this 4-year window where you can be really dominant and you're supposed to win at least one trophy, one championship. And I'm speaking from experience. Times we were really good between 2005 to 2010 when we were a really, really good team. You're supposed to get one because we all know what happens. The team breaks up. Coordinators go to different teams. Front office, whoever the assistant GM is, he gets a job somewhere with another team. Coaches, head coaches may be on the line to get fired and bring somebody else in. So the team dynamic is going to look different. So my concern with the Bills is that they have to get themselves in position to win one because they're not going to be the same team next year. They just won't. They're going to be, the staff, players, contracts coming up. Guys going to go get new big contracts somewhere else. So you don't want that opportunity and that window to pass. And they're still good. You just hope that they don't drop these games they're supposed to win.
I thought you were about to say they missed their window, but you're not saying that.
No, I think this year will be the last year because you got to think too, the Patriots are better.
Yeah.
Drake May is, he's going to continue to get better.
And cheap.
And that division is just going to keep getting better. And it's not for long when they possibly let go Mike McDaniels and really break that team up in Miami, where they're going to be competitors. And so what happens over time is that the teams in that division just get better, and you're not. And so that's what they're going to be up against here in the next couple of years.
If this is their window, and I appreciate you saying that, what do they have to do? Trade deadlines here. They add Bosa. They can't. I mean, their problem right now, they can't stop the run for anything. They're getting about 156 rush yards per game. Chris Sims was on my show Monday. He said Bosa hasn't been that guy for 7 years to be that piece that has to, close out the game. What do they do? Do they add something? Do they go get a receiver? What do they do?
I would go beef up that D-line. I mean,
okay.
I know they came back, it was the Ravens game they came back with, right? You can't go out and score 30-plus points a game. You can never put your offense in that position where you got to go score 30 points in order for you to win the football game. And that's what's been happening. They had to go out and put a bunch of points up in order to have a shot. But that defense, man, you can't allow – everything starts with the run game. And if you can't stop the run, it opens up everything else. If I'm the Bills, I look on the market right now to see who's around, who I can go get and beef up that interior, because they can't keep running the ball. And as far as Bosa, he's at this stage of his career. I think the fans and people start getting too tied into a big name guy.
Got it.
Big name guys get old, right? Big name guys get injured. And so it's not that he can't go out and make the big play anymore. He can still do that. It's the consistency level in which you're expecting more from him at this stage of his career. He can still go out and make the big play, and that's all you need him to do. A third long situation, go out and get a sack or a strip sack, fumble, whatever it is. He can still do that. But if you're expecting, kind of Bosa to be the same as he was, 4 or 5 years ago, he's not. But I would have to make a big move and bring in some interior D linemen because they can't stop the run.
Would you like it if the Raiders were willing to part ways with Max Crosby? Can you imagine?
It ain't happening. And look, because I'm friends with Max, and he is Raider through. Like, when you think about the Raiders, you think about Max Crosby.
Do you think that's smart for him, though? Do you like that for him? Come on.
I don't, because I know he's loyal to the organization. I know he's loyal to his teammates. He's never going to jump up and down after a game and say he wants to get traded. I don't think he'll ever go there and request a trade. But just to see what he's doing, what he did in that Patriots game, he was like a one-man wrecking ball.
He's amazing.
And somebody at that position, being that dominant, you hate to see him year in and year out not to have an opportunity to win a championship, because you put him on the 49ers. Nick Bosa's down. Put him on the 49ers.
Put him on the Bills.
Right?
Put him on the Bills.
Put him on the Bills. Yeah, put him on the Bills.
Yeah.
Give him an opportunity where he's playing in an organization that gives him an opportunity to win a championship, and he just hasn't had that.
I feel the same way about him as I feel about Miles, as I feel about Cam Jordan. 3 unbelievable elite players who deserve the race towards a ring that maybe, I just don't know if they're going to regret not saying, trade me. How loyal are teams to them? There is this vibe of like.
Miles got paid, right? Miles got paid,
yeah.
And I think that.
Okay.
Yeah, because, it's kind of the risk and reward. And so when you're paying a guy $40+ million, I think that's what he's making, $40+ million a year, what's happening in Cleveland. Like, exactly what they're about, and that they haven't put themselves in contention to win in a long time. So if somebody's offering you that money, you take it, then you really get out of the race of being able to complain about your situation. Now, Max, seriously, I feel bad for him, because I know he's a loyal guy. He's a loyal, and he's Raiders through and through. But you got to look at, winning championships at this point. He already got his big contract. Somebody else is going to pay him a big contract. I just hope he can go somewhere and win.
I hope that, too, and I will say this. If the Bengals lose to the Jets somehow, Trey Hendrickson may be available on a 1-year deal to go and fill one of those big holes and really change the future for one of these contenders in the AFC. Shawne, appreciate you always. Everybody, go buy tickets. It's Lights Out 28. It is coming up after Halloween, November 1st. It's going to be one hell of a fight night with a frightening fight card. Thank you, Shawne.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate you. Good luck to your Chargers tonight against those Vikings. And I think we'll do some U-Up, or we're in a TV break. Great. Love that. I texted Hamilton a dragon emoji. Like, here come Raiders.
Here it comes.
I get it.
Yeah. But at some point, like, I don't. Yeah.
Well, if you
shouldn't
love,
they be more frustrated
love your player and all that they've done for you, set them free. If you are even a little bit realistic about, like, if you don't want to settle down with someone and they want like the picket fence and the house and the whatever, like, and you know that you can't give that to them, don't you love them enough to like let them go do that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let them go.
Yeah.
Let them kind of.
And I do think like his signing back there was different than Myles Garrett. Like I think he genuinely believed with Geno and Genti that they were going to do. A lot of people were picking them to make the playoffs this year. Like there was a genuine, and with Pete Carroll, like there's a genuine expectation there, and it just didn't work. Hasn't
worked. Maybe it does work, but
yeah.
I brought up the Trey and Cam and Miles because it's not just Raiders. I feel like this about like the best pass rushers in the biz. Okay, here's some sleepers for your Week 8 pleasure. FanDuel Sportsbook, the place to be. Daily fantasy, season-long leagues. We got props, over-unders. Michael Penix. Let's go. This one's for you. Cat, well, Penn State action. There you go. He's dealing with a bone bruise. If he is going to play, great value. Dolphins, need I say more? I'm going to stack him, by the way, with Tyler Algier as well. Okay, if the Falcons win big, which they should, we're going to see a heavy dose of Tyler. He scored twice in the last 3 games, by the way. And then my guy, Tez Johnson, he needs a microphone. He needs to be mic'd up at all times. Scored back-to-back games. He's going to play a big role. He's getting his opportunity with Mike Evans out. Plenty of value to be had at New Orleans this week. Let's go. Okay, tonight we've got Prop-A-Shot. Gronk was here in studio yesterday. Chargers, Vikings. My props are Justin Herbert over 251.5, Vlad McConkey over 55.5, and Justin Jefferson better get a touchdown and one in the red zone. And then Gronk said Justin Herbert over 1.5 passing touchdowns, Justin Jefferson over 79.5 receiving yards, and Vlad McConkey an anytime touchdown scorer. You can go to FanDuel Sportsbook. You can obviously make a parlay of Gronk's legs versus my legs. I'm going to say my legs are better. My legs have been better all season. My legs were better last year. Okay, Gronk, your legs aren't that great. So get to FanDuel Sportsbook. Bet on my legs for tonight between the Vikings and the Chargers. On tomorrow's show, who knows? We'll definitely recap what happened tonight. Who do I think is going to win? I'm gonna give it to the Chargers. I think the Chargers, Vlad McConkey is gonna score 2 touchdowns, bright lights, lots of Madison beer, lots of beer being drank at this game. I'm probably not going to watch this one. I'll be watching highlights in the morning. Hamilton, we're going to have to text about this one a lot tonight. We'll be back tomorrow.